Hey you guys, so I realize I haven't really given an update on my meds. Um, I've been on Zoloft, 150 milligrams of Zoloft for a while now, I think about 2 months, if not more. But then again, I have a horrible sense of time because of the ADHD, so I could be wrong. And I'm also taking 20 milligrams of ritalin. And one of the things that I noticed with the ritalin is that if I forget to take it, like for example, the day before yesterday, I just didn't take my medication at all because I was so busy, and I forgot. Then the following day, um, I have issues waking up. Like I feel really, really exhausted. Like I just want to keep sleeping, and even if I like sleep in for as long as I'd like, I still feel really tired when I wake up. So that probably has something to do with not taking the stimulant medication the night before. And it really sucks because I feel exhausted. Um, and other than that, um, it's supposed to be for my inattentive ADHD. I don't know if it's necessarily helping. I mean, I do get like bursts of energy sometimes when I can clean my room, and like the other day I cleaned my office and all that. But I still find that I'm really disorganized and forgetful. Like for example, last week, um, apparently I had a quiz for one of my classes, which was not a quiz, an exam. So it was an actual test, which was became available for me to take online on the 20th and then closed on the 23rd. Now, I really like this professor because not only are her exams not timed, but she gives us like a 3-day window in which to do the exam. And then I love the class and I know the material, so I know I could have done well on it. But I forgot to take it. I just completely forgot. And I'm pretty sure she reminded us probably a couple times last week. Your quiz is now online, it's available for you guys to take. And I just completely forgot to take it. And I was looking at my assignments and at my grades because we're nearing the end of the semester. I have a little over, like, I would say about 2 weeks of the semester left. And then I saw on there exam number 3, and it doesn't have a grade yet, but when I clicked on it, it said this quiz closed on November 23rd, meaning that it opened on the 20th and it was open all the way till November 23rd, and I completely just forgot about it. And I emailed my professor a couple days ago when I found out, and I told her what was going on. Um, and asked her if I could please get an extension on the test because it's not just a quiz and it's not just an assignment, it's an actual test. So it's a big chunk of our grade. Um, and so I emailed her on Friday, I want to say, and it's Sunday and she still hasn't responded, but it is a long weekend. So it's possible that she won't respond until tomorrow. And then I see her again on Tuesday. So I don't know if she is going to make an exception. A lot of professors are understanding, but there are some others who just um, aren't. Like I think I mentioned in my previous video that a couple weeks ago, I forgot to take a quiz for another one of my classes online. And then I emailed the professor and she said, I can't make exceptions because I reminded you guys throughout the week about the quiz, and um, it was even up for longer than it was supposed to. But the good news is that you get to drop your 2 lowest quiz scores at the end of class, so it won't even count against you, which was a relief. But I my ADHD has just been out of control, and I find that I forget assignments and quizzes and tests all the time. And I even have like a whiteboard that you guys can see behind me here where I write down my assignments because I thought that would help. But then I find that I actually forget to look at the whiteboard. Um, and so it's not much help. But I guess I should start setting reminders on my phone. But then again, my phone's always on silent, so I don't know. I just have to figure out a system that works for me because I find that I'm constantly forgetting to turn in assignments. And um, at one time, I forgot to turn in an essay. That was this semester, and this was for a different professor. And I explained to her the situation, and she was kind enough to tell me that I could still turn it in and shouldn't even deduct any points. So it really depends on the professor. I do have accommodations for my ADHD, like I get extended time on exams and all that. Um, but I don't think that it goes so far as the professors that they have to like give me extensions if I happen to forget assignments or tests, because I mean that just wouldn't be fair. But it is a side effect of the ADHD, and I was hoping the um, that the stimulants would help with that, but so far nothing. As for the zoloft for the depression and anxiety, I find that I'm a little less anxious, but my mood is still pretty low, and I think it also has a lot to do with this weather. Like I always tend to feel more depressed around this time of year. Um, but I mean, I don't know. I don't want to increase my dose. I already went from 100 to 150. So I'm just hoping that with time, my mood will improve. And honestly, I'm just so busy all the time that I don't even have time to think about like that I'm depressed. But um, I attribute, I think, my depression to being tired, which it might be a combination of both. I'm sure I'm also burnt out, exhausted, and depressed. But being a full time college student, working part time, being a mom, and everything else that I have going on, I have very little time to really focus on it. Um, but yeah, I guess I'll be back.